Hi there, Sean Mitchell here from Catalyst Project. I wanted to share a little bit with you about a project that we did this last weekend. It was fantastic. It was by far the biggest thing that we've done yet, and it was a pleasure for us to partner with Northshore Christian Church. A lot of people who actually signed up for this were people who don't normally volunteer for church-related functions, and so that was real exciting for me. We ended up having about 60 people in all come on that weekend to help out at the Ferguson's house. And it was just really, really exciting for me to see all of these people. Daryl and Julie Ferguson are a young couple. They have 6 children. They live in an 1,100 square foot home with 1 bathroom. And their house needed a lot of work. So the Fergusons recently had some flood damage underneath their house. Water got under their house, and it stayed there for quite a long time before they realized it. Before long, mold had started to infiltrate the inside of their house. It was showing up in different rooms along the walls. It was even they were starting to even see some things on their clothing and in their carpet. And finally, they discovered that it was coming from under the house, and they called Red Cross for help. And it was a really neat story about how we got connected to them. A really good. I would say one of those divine opportunities that God provides for His people to go in and help some people that are in need. The big story for me for this weekend project was not really even the family or the construction projects that we did. The big story for me was the volunteers from North Shore and what they were willing to do. Now remember, we were asking people to come out on the weekend on their own time and volunteer themselves in a way that did not directly benefit them in any way. That's kind of a little different, but beautiful. And this is just the beginning. We're already talking about what's next. Matthew chapter 5 records a portion of Jesus' most famous sermon, Sermon on the Mount. And in there he says, "Let your light shine before men, that they may see your good deeds and praise your Father in heaven." Notice there he talks about letting your light shine. We're not the light, but the light is in us. What the people respond to is not what we tell them, because it's really about our actions.
The greatness of mercy and love at the feet of Jesus.
It doesn't matter what you do, we all have the ability to shine the love of God in our lives. The homeowner's name is Daryl, and he actually has a lot of construction experience, and he worked alongside of us, except for one period of time where we kicked him out, just telling him, "Hey, go to the hotel, swim with your kids, man. Spend some time with your family. Let us do this for you. Don't work so hard." But other than that, he was with us pretty much the whole time. This was really hard for him to accept all of this giving to him, which is probably something that a lot of us guys would feel. On Saturday, Pastor Dave came over to the house. Of course, he can't, do a whole lot of stuff because he's so old and frail, But anyway, Daryl was telling me that Pastor Dave came over and that they were talking about the project. And, Dave is just talking with him in the way that Dave does. And Daryl started to well up and started to cry. And he said, I don't do that very often, but this was so over the top, what you guys did. You have no idea how this has changed our lives. So let's look for opportunities in our day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, etc., to be the church, to be the light, to let the light shine, and to see what God does as a result.